For years, Robyn Brown has been painted as the woman who brought monogamy to a once polygamous family. Ever since her 2010 arrival into the Brown household, viewers have watched her rise from being Kody Brown's fourth and last wife to the only one who remains legally and spiritually attached to him. The dissolution of Kody's marriages with Meri, Janelle, and Christine left Robyn in the peculiar position of being the sole partner in what was once a plural marriage. Fans assumed she wanted it that way, that Robyn preferred the safety and control of monogamy after years of emotional chaos. But in a surprising confession, Robyn has admitted she did once consider adding another wife into her relationship with Kody. And the revelation has reignited decades of tension within the Sister Wives fandom. The news broke during a confessional moment that no one saw coming. Robyn, usually defensive about her position as the last wife standing, appeared reflective and even remorseful. Speaking softly, she said she once believed in the principles of plural marriage so deeply that she entertained the idea of expanding the family again, even after Christine, Janelle, and Meri had all left. It wasn't a random thought born out of loneliness or boredom. It came from a place of spiritual conviction, she explained. "I thought maybe it could help heal things," Robyn said, her voice trembling. "For a long time, I believed plural marriage was what God wanted for our family. And I thought, maybe if we added someone, it could bring peace again." The moment stunned fans and even seemed to catch producers off guard. Robyn, who has often been accused of wanting Kody all to herself, now seemed to be expressing something deeper. A desire to restore what was lost, or perhaps to validate the lifestyle that had crumbled around her. For years, Sister Wives has been built on the belief that plural marriage can work if all parties are spiritually aligned and emotionally mature enough to share love and attention equally. But Robyn's admission hinted at the painful contradiction that has always haunted her relationship with Kody. That she never wanted to be the only one left, yet also never wanted to live in chaos again. Behind that one sentence, "I considered adding another wife," lies a complex web of motives, regrets, and emotional exhaustion. When the family was whole, Robyn often acted as the emotional mediator, the woman who claimed she wanted peace, but inadvertently caused division. After Christine's departure, she tried to hold what was left together, urging Kody to reconcile with his exes. But with each separation, the dream of the family she joined grew more distant. By the time Janelle and Meri left, Robyn was surrounded by not sister wives, but by silence. The home she once called full of love had turned into a quiet fortress, with only Kody's simmering resentment echoing through its walls. So, what led Robyn to consider adding another wife? According to her confession, it wasn't a whim, but rather a moment of reflection during the lonely aftermath of the family's implosion. She described praying and asking herself if perhaps the solution to their fractured dynamic was to rebuild, to go back to the roots of what the Browns once stood for. "I thought maybe it could help heal things," she said. "If we brought someone new in, maybe it could remind us why we started this journey together. Maybe it could help us find the love and balance that we lost." But even as she spoke, there was a tremor in her tone that betrayed her doubt. Robyn admitted that the idea quickly unraveled under the weight of reality. Kody, broken and bitter from the divorces, had no desire to open his heart to anyone new. "He told me he was done," Robyn revealed. "He said he didn't have anything left to give, and I could see it in his eyes. He meant it." For the first time, fans glimpsed a Robyn who wasn't orchestrating or manipulating, but rather grappling with the collapse of everything she believed in. This revelation paints Robyn in a new light. A woman caught between faith and fear, between the dream of sisterhood and the comfort of exclusivity. Her admission reignited fierce debate among Sister Wives fans. On social media, the reactions came pouring in. Some accused her of hypocrisy, claiming that she only considered adding another wife when she realized life with Kody alone wasn't as perfect as she had imagined. Others expressed sympathy, suggesting that perhaps Robyn truly misses the family dynamic that once existed, even if it was dysfunctional. One fan wrote, So now Robyn wants another wife after years of crying that no one wanted to include her? That's karma. Another countered, I think she's just lonely. She spent so long fighting for plural marriage, and now that she's got the man to herself, she's realizing it's not what she wanted. Indeed, loneliness seems to be the hidden theme of Robyn's confession. Those who have followed her journey know that she once prided herself on being the peacemaker, the one who could mend what others broke. But now, even with Cody by her side, she often looks weary, her eyes heavy with the weight of broken promises. During recent episodes, viewers have noticed that her demeanor has shifted from self-assured to somber. She speaks of family gatherings that never happen, holidays spent in silence, and a sense of spiritual emptiness that no amount of monogamous devotion can fill. Perhaps most shocking of all is that this revelation seems to contradict everything Robyn once said about protecting her marriage from outside influence. For years, she insisted that plural marriage only works when everyone is equally committed. Yet, when Christine left, Robyn's energy appeared to shift from inclusion to isolation. Many fans felt she was content to let the others go, believing she had finally secured Cody's undivided attention. But her confession reveals something deeper, that she might actually feel guilty for the fallout. I didn't want it to end this way, she said. I thought we were supposed to figure it out together. I still believe that's what Heavenly Father wanted. In this confession, Robyn's vulnerability cracks open a question that has haunted the show for years. Was the Brown family doomed because of Cody's pride, or because Robyn's arrival changed the balance forever? She insists she never wanted to replace anyone. Yet her actions, intentional or not, reshaped the family structure until only she remained. The irony is hard to miss. The woman who was once blamed for destroying plural marriage is now the one admitting she thought about reviving it. As the confession continues to ripple through the fan base, speculation grows about what this could mean for Cody. Would he ever agree to add another wife again? His previous statements suggest otherwise. Cody has declared himself monogamous with Robyn and admitted that he no longer believes plural marriage is worth the emotional toll. But viewers know Cody's mind changes as quickly as his moods. The question now is whether Robyn's admission will reopen a conversation he thought was dead. Sun insiders claim that producers are already exploring how to build this into the next Sister Wives storyline. One source close to the production hinted that the confession could change everything. The show's ratings have soared whenever emotional or shocking family revelations take center stage. And Robyn's statement has all the elements of a storyline revival: faith, doubt, redemption, and the possibility of a new beginning. Whether that new beginning involved an actual new wife remains uncertain, but it's clear that Robyn's heart is wrestling with more than just loneliness. It's wrestling with legacy. For years, she's been accused of ruining plural marriage, but perhaps Robyn is trying to reclaim it. Her confession might be less about wanting another woman in her home and more about wanting to prove that plural love can still work, that the Brown story doesn't have to end in bitterness and blame. If she could convince Cody and herself that love in abundance is still possible, perhaps she could rewrite the ending of a story that once promised eternal unity. Still, fans remain skeptical. Many doubt Cody's emotional capacity to welcome another woman, let alone treat her equally. Others believe Robyn's sudden openness about plural marriage might be an attempt to rehabilitate her public image. After years of being labeled the favorite, the manipulator, or the woman who took everything, Robyn could be trying to remind viewers that she once believed in the same principles as the other wives. There's also the haunting question of how her confession might affect her relationship with Cody's children. Many of the Brown kids have spoken publicly about their disillusionment with plural marriage and the family's fractures. For them, Robyn's admission may stir resentment, a reminder of a life they've tried to move past. Yet, despite the skepticism, there's something undeniably human about Robyn's confession. Beneath the years of drama, the tears, and the televised arguments lies a woman who once dreamed of belonging, and perhaps still does. Whether that dream takes the shape of another wife, a restored family, or simply peace with herself, only time will tell. As the Sister Wives world buzzes with speculation, one thing is clear. Robyn Brown's story is far from over. Her unexpected admission has breathed new life into a saga that seemed to be winding down, and in a twist that no one anticipated, it's Robyn, the woman who once ended plural marriage, who might now be the one to question if it deserves a second chance. If Cody listens, if he reflects on what was lost and what could be rebuilt, the Browns might once again stand at the threshold of change. Or perhaps Robyn's words will remain just that, whispered confessions of a woman yearning for the connection that slipped through her fingers. Either way, her revelation has reignited the conversation about faith, family, and forgiveness. It has reminded fans that even after years of heartbreak, the human desire to love and be loved in return remains as powerful and as complicated as ever. And somewhere in the quiet corners of Flagstaff, Robyn Brown may still be wondering whether the dream she once fought so hard to keep alive deserves one final chance to be reborn. For years, Sister Wives has offered audiences a glimpse into the complicated emotional terrain of plural marriage, a world built on shared faith, shared love, and, too often, shared heartbreak. But now, David Woolley, Christine Brown's husband, has shattered the polished illusion that has long surrounded Cody Brown's polygamous lifestyle. In a revealing and emotional new confession, David didn't hold back. He laid bare the quiet suffering, emotional neglect, and deep-rooted flaws that he says make polygamy more destructive than divine. His words have sent shockwaves through the Sister Wives fan community and reignited fierce debate about whether Cody Brown's experiment in plural love was doomed from the start. When Christine Brown walked away from her 25-year spiritual marriage to Cody, she didn't just end a relationship, she ended a belief system. For years, she had sacrificed her sense of self to a structure that demanded her obedience, patience, and emotional endurance. Her journey toward independence was one of the most powerful arcs in Sister Wives history. But what no one expected was that the man who would stand by her side after it all, David Woolley, would become one of the most honest and outspoken critics of the very lifestyle that once defined her. In a candid conversation that fans can't stop talking about, David spoke with a mix of empathy and passion. "What I've seen," he began, "is that polygamy looks peaceful from the outside, but inside those families, there's so much silent suffering. It's not about love or connection, it's about one man trying to control too many hearts." His words hit like a hammer, not out of malice, but out of truth. For David, watching Christine rebuild her life has been both inspiring and heartbreaking. He's seen the scars left behind by years of emotional neglect, the way she once second-guessed her worth, the way she fought for crumbs of attention in a system designed to make women compete. Christine's heart was always too big, David shared. She gave everything she had, but polygamy kept taking and taking until there was nothing left for her. Her voice reportedly wavered as he reflected on how long it took her to realize she deserved more. Fans of Sister Wives have always suspected that the emotional burden of plural marriage fell unevenly on the women. Through the seasons, viewers watched Christine struggle to feel loved while Cody's affection gravitated toward Robyn. They saw her confide in Janelle, clash with Mary, and ultimately reach a breaking point that forced her to choose peace over pain. David's confession now gives those moments a deeper context, one rooted in compassion for the women and accountability for the system that broke them. It's not love if one person is always giving up their happiness to keep the peace, David said in his interview. You can't ask someone to share their heart and still expect them to feel whole. His words resonated with Christine's longtime supporters, many of whom took to social media to praise him for articulating what they had always felt watching the show. David said what Christine couldn't for years, one fan commented. He's giving voice to all the women who suffered in silence while pretending everything was fine. What makes David's statement even more powerful is how gently he speaks about Christine's past. He doesn't condemn her choices or her faith. Instead, he acknowledges the strength it took for her to walk away. She believed in what she was taught, he explained. She wanted to build a family that made everyone happy. But when you realize that happiness isn't being shared, that's when you have to start over. For Christine, That moment came when her laughter stopped feeling real and her home stopped feeling like her own. Since leaving Cody, Christine has embraced a freedom she never knew was possible. Her relationship with David stands as a symbol of everything polygamy denied her: mutual respect, emotional intimacy, and unconditional love. Their joy together has been infectious, with fans watching her rediscover her smile through social media posts filled with road trips, family gatherings, and tender moments that contrast sharply with the tension-filled years of sister wives. But David's openness about the darker side of polygamy isn't just about Christine. It's about the countless women who have lived under the same structure, believing that suffering was spiritual growth. It's heartbreaking, he said. I've seen women lose themselves trying to live by rules that weren't made for them. They call it faith, but it's really just control. And it's not right. The drama inside the Sister Wives universe just hit a fever pitch. In Season 20, Episode 6, titled Improbable Brother Husbands and an Interested Sister Wife, the Browns' lives take yet another unpredictable turn as old wounds meet new realities. Christine's teasing comments about brother husbands, Janelle's cautious honesty, and Robyn's visible unease all collide in an episode that forces every viewer to ask, how far can this once united family stretch before it breaks for good? As the laughter, tension, and confessions unfold, one thing becomes painfully clear. Even when the past is buried, the Browns can't stop digging it back up. What begins as an ordinary family gathering soon turns into one of the most unforgettable episodes of the entire sister-wife saga. Christine Brown, now firmly living her new life away from Cody, returns to the screen with her signature humor and blunt honesty. The episode opens with a family get-together meant to be casual and lighthearted, but fans quickly realize that beneath the jokes lies a wave of raw emotion and untold truth. The moment Christine casually drops a comment about brother husbands, the tone shifts from playful to electric. Janelle bursts into laughter, but Robyn's expression tightens, and Cody's forced smile says it all. He is not amused. Christine's remark, half a joke and half a truth, opens up a floodgate of reactions. She quips about how her husband, David Woolley, gets along so well with Cody that they could almost be brother husbands. It's a lighthearted jab, but one that carries an undertone of liberation and defiance. Christine is no longer bound by the unspoken rules of polygamy. She is free to laugh, tease, and reclaim her story. Yet, as the cameras zoom in, it becomes clear that her humor unsettles Cody more than she realizes. He's visibly uncomfortable, shifting in his seat as he tries to steer the conversation elsewhere.